a true story told to me by one of my dear friends, a landscape painter from Kansas. It's a family story of his. He told it to me one night over dinner, and it was all I could do to keep from writing it down on the tablecloth. I loved it so much. It is, I hope you'll see, it is in many ways like a very short Willa Cather novel. It's called The Beaded Purse. Dressed in his church suit and under the shadow of his hat, the old man stood on the wooden depot platform 3 feet above the rest of Kansas while the westbound train chuffed in and hissed to a stop. He and the agent and 2 men, commercial travelers waiting to go on west, pulled mail bags out of the steam, then slid out his daughter's coffin, canvas over wood, and set it on a nearby baggage cart. Not till the train had rolled away and tooted once as it passed the shacks at the leading edge of the distance, and not till the agent had disappeared, dragging the bags of mail behind, did the old man pry up the nailed-down lid with a bar he'd brought in the wagon. Hat in hand, he took a long look. He hadn't seen her in a dozen years. At 19, without his blessing, she'd gone back east to be an actress, now and then writing her mother in a carefree, ne'er-do-well cursive to say she was happy, living in style. A week before, the agent sent word that there was a telegram waiting, and the old man and his wife rode to town to read that their daughter had died, and her remains were on the way home. Remains, that's how they put it. She was wearing a fancy yellow dress, but was no longer young and pretty. She looked like one of the worn-out dolls she'd left in her room at the farm, where he would sometimes go to sit. A bag of women's private underthings had been stuffed between her feet, and someone had pushed down next to her an evening bag beaded with pearls. He opened the purse and found it empty. So he took a few bills out of his pocket and folded them in, then snapped it closed for her mother to find. Then, with the back of the bar, he tapped the lid in place and went to find the station agent. The 2 of them lifted the coffin down and carried it a few hard yards across the sunny, dusty floor of Kansas and loaded it onto the creaking wagon. Then, clapping his hat on his head and slapping the plump rump of his mare with the reins, he started the long haul home with his rich and famous daughter. Thank you.